Hello and welcome to the eFresh.com Meat, Poultry and Egg News. My name is Kim and these are this week's headlines. Cargill subsidiary recalls beef. U.S. egg promo activity down. UK farmers threaten to quit industry. Robust return by South Australia export sector. Producers ramp up goat meat efforts. More than 800,000 pounds of ground beef from a Fresno, California processing plant have been recalled because of concerns the meat might be linked to a salmonella outbreak. Cargill Inc., owner of Beef Packers Inc. in Fresno, said it is voluntarily recalling all the ground beef produced this summer. Much of the meat was packaged and sold in West Coast states, including California, under different brand names, so customers should check with the store to see whether or not the ground beef they bought is safe. The U.S. Department of Agriculture's Food and Safety Inspection Service is investigating the outbreak. So far, 40 people in the 9 states, including 5 people in the California counties of Orange and Tulare, have been sickened. At least 4 people have been hospitalized. Regular shell egg promotional activity in the U.S. is considerably lower than both last week and the same week last year. No price specials are a little more visible this week as some retailers feature buy 1 dozen of eggs and get 2 dozen eggs free. The average price of large white eggs, grade A or better, to consumers continues moving downward. Specialty shell egg featuring is up tremendously when compared to a week ago. Omega-3 white eggs showed up in increased volume, especially in the Northeast and Southeast regions. Cage-free brown and vegetarian brown eggs are also commanding more ad space than the previous week. USDA-certified organic egg promotions moved up slightly. Liquid egg featuring increased significantly, but still falls short of surpassing regular shell eggs in ad space. More genetically modified crops used to feed pigs, poultry, and dairy cattle could be imported into Britain to meet the demand for animal feed. Ministers are pressing the European Commission to speed up approval of GM crop varieties or risk a collapse in the market for home-produced chicken, eggs, pork, and milk. A shake-up in the licensing process could take years to achieve, so one option under discussion at the Commission is to allow farmers to use non-authorized GM crop varieties with a maximum threshold of GM contamination of 0.5% or 0.9% as an interim measure. The move could apply to 30 GM crop varieties that have passed the EU scientific test on health and safety, but which still await political approval for use within the EU. South Australia has achieved its second-best export performance ever in spite of the global financial crisis. Exports fell by almost $500 million to 9,519 billion US dollars in 2008-2009, with car, wine, fuel, and mineral shipments all declining. The falls, however, were offset by the sharp rise of meat and grain shipments. Australian Bureau of Statistics data for 2008-2009 shows meat exports hit a record 562 million US dollars, up from 472 million US dollars. The ABS data released reflects the growing importance of the Chinese and Indian markets to South Australia. Chinese imports from South Australia rose by nearly 200 million to 1.09 billion US dollars. Packs of boneless diced goat meat could soon be seen on domestic supermarket shelves in Australia, following discussions between a New South Wales producer and an independent supermarket group. This supply chain will also have access to consumer recipe pads for the retail market in the hope more consumers may try this alternative red meat. Meat and Livestock Australia has been busy during the past 2 months heightening the profile of goat meat on a domestic level. At this year's Melbourne Major Food Service Trade Show, Restaurant 09, on June 17th and 18th, MLA distributed goat meat brochures and recipe leaflets and conducted cooking demonstrations featuring both wet and dry methods using goat legs and shoulders. The domestic W8 goat meat market is growing at a slow but improving rate. Thank you for watching the eFresh.com Meat, Poultry and Egg News. See you next time.